shot, we are going to simulate an internal day for night. We start by analyzing the shot. We have a warm light. The scene was shot better than the previous one. We have some reflections, a little colder on the left side of the frame, but we still have an element that gives the scene a warm color, so we will have to take this into account by exploiting it to our advantage. The very first step is to make the highlights slightly colder. For this reason, we will go to the first node to cool the elements of cold light already present in the image. Specifically, we are going to push the highlights a little bit colder. Obviously, this process causes us to lose a lot of the heat from the lamp on the bedside table, so we will go and recover it by creating a dedicated pool of light, so that we can still hide a part of the reddish wall at the head of the bed and everything that remains outside of the fall-off area of the light emitted by the abat-jour. So let us add a second serial node. Within this node we create a fairly soft power window that aims to reproduce an illuminated area. With a decent fall-off, which basically corresponds to the area of main interest of the scene, and where we will go to maintain, indeed amplify, the effect of the abat-jour. Let us go to the primary wheels and counterbalance by heating this part again. In this way, we have moved from a completely cold situation to a situation where the lamp emits a warm light, but with a gradual fall-off towards the cold of the outside world. We consequently create another serial node. We also connect the matte in this instance in order to obtain an inverted matte, and we proceed to a reduction of gamma and gain sensitive enough to create a more nocturnal effect. In this last node, we can also desaturate, even around 50%, to further soften the fall-off, going to dampen a little bit the intense colors at the end of the light pool. As always, we can retouch the mask a little bit, reviewing both its position and its decay. However, we maintain a certain level of decay. It is a light that cannot die over a small distance, and we decide how much to go down with the highlights and the gamma. We are not going to touch the lift because we already have full blacks and we do not have to make the outside world disappear. We just have to make it darker, more nocturnal. If needed, we can go back to the first node and reinforce a bit, since we have desaturated the image, the colder highlights that remain on the face of the character. And here we have, with a fairly simple process, a day for night for an indoor scene, where we went from a deeply warm and very illuminated scene to a scene where we use the light emitted by the abat-jour to create a situation of chromatic contrast that conveys a nocturnal environment.